It's been about 2 months, 2.5 months just to get us to this point where now it's coming up out of the ground.
A new 1 million gallon water tower is under construction southeast of the intersection of Coon Rapids Boulevard and Foley Boulevard. Once complete, the new tower will replace the oldest water tower in the city. Located at Northdale Boulevard and Foley Boulevard, it went into service way back in 1959.
The current tower near Northdale on Foley Boulevard is 500,000 gallons. This will be 1 million, so it is double the capacity, and actually the location of that one we're not able to fill that to its full capacity. So we'll gain roughly 600,000 to 700,000 gallons of storage that we didn't previously have.
Crews have the base set and will soon start to pour the rings of reinforced concrete.
That's the shaft, it's the main tube column that the tank then will sit on top of, and that they're going to start pouring that this Saturday.
They'll eventually go up 19 levels high with the rings of concrete. This will take the project through the fall, and the tank will be installed next year. Once finished, the new water tower will rise up nearly 160 feet into the sky.
It's long overdue. It gives us that storage that we need. It puts it in the right. It's going to help balance the system a lot better.
Final construction on the water tower should be completed by the fall of 2024.
I don't think we'll ever need to build another tower. We'll just keep rehabbing the ones we have, take good care of that investment, and make it last for a long time.
I'm not doing much of anything, but I do a lot of walking.
At age 83, Kathy Fritz has made strides since recovering from a stroke.
I couldn't be alone anymore because I get dizzy, hence the walker.
The move to Epiphany Assisted Living from her former home in Spring Lake Park was a big adjustment when she moved in last October.
I love it here. The staff is wonderful. My apartment is adorable. I've made a lot of good friends. I love it.
B8. B8.
This week marks National Assisted Living Week, which celebrates those who live and work in assisted living.
The theme this year is Season of Reflection, so we're taking this year to reflect on what's important to us and what's important to our residents.
Like carefully prepared meals in the dining room.
They always try to, number one, make sure you're full, and number two, that you're eating nutritionally.
Located on the campus of Epiphany Catholic Church, Epiphany Assisted Living has 52 residents in assisted living and another 23 in memory care. Assisted living is for anyone 55 or older who needs some assistance.
Maybe they just can't cook anymore, so maybe they're living here just because they want to eat their meals. Maybe they need help with their medications.
Their mission aims to support the diverse needs of residents while giving them the care and companionship they need. And you don't have to be Catholic to live at Epiphany Assisted Living, but for those who want to attend Mass, have the opportunity.
And we walk to church. We don't have to go outside. So we just use our walkers and walk right to church.
Rocky the Raccoon hopes Coon Rapids residents will turn over a new leaf this fall, a golden one to be specific. Rocky's Renewable Challenge encourages residents to power their homes with renewable energy. The first step is to sign up with your energy provider, either Excel or Connexus. Both have subscription programs that allow homeowners and renters to opt into using solar or wind energy without installing any equipment. Once you've signed up, complete a short form on the city's website. Then Rocky will turn over a new golden leaf with your name on it. The ultimate goal is to add 60 new renewable energy subscribers during Rocky's Renewable Challenge. See all of the details at coonrapidsmn.gov. Here's a quick recap of the Tuesday, September 5th City Council meeting. The preliminary tax levy for 2024 has been set. On Tuesday night, the City Council set the levy for next year at $35.5 million, which is a 6.8% increase over this year's levy. There's no change to personnel planned in 2024. The budget includes the remaining funding for the new water tower off Foley and Coon Rapids Boulevard. $485,000 is included to cover half the cost of replacing the lighting at the soccer complex, which is 30 years old. Also, $300,000 is earmarked for improvements at Al Flynn Park. You can find more on the proposed budget by going to coonrapidsmn.gov/budget. The city has begun an exploratory process to research the benefits and challenges of an organized waste hauling system. On Tuesday night, the City Council voted to begin the process, which could take up to 9 months to complete. The next step is a meet and confer session with city officials and haulers in late September. Under the current system, residents choose from a list of approved haulers. An organized system, which could be done in several different ways, is managed by the city.
We're just getting information. There's definitely not a majority in this council that's driving for organized hauling. We appreciate free market. We just need more information.
To learn more about the different options and timeline, go to coonrapidsmn.gov/organized hauling. There's also an online form residents can fill out to provide feedback to city leaders. Following state legalization, the council has adopted a new ordinance regulating the use of cannabis by adults in public places. Cannabis use will only be allowed at private residences and on private property not generally accessible to the public. The only exception would be for establishments or events licensed to permit on-site consumption. Violating the ordinance is a petty misdemeanor. A new public charter school is coming to Coon Rapids. This week, the City Council granted use flexibility to allow Innovation Science and Technology to operate in the strip mall adjacent to Boulevard Bar and Grill. They hope to open in the next few months. The school, most recently located in Brooklyn Park, serves about 80 students in pre-K through 7th grade.
The system itself was outdated and was just in need of replacement.
The new school year is ushering in some changes for both pedestrians and drivers on Northdale Boulevard near Coon Rapids High School. The main crosswalk has been moved further to the east to better align with the school entrance as well as the athletic stadium across the street.
Yellow lights are flashing. Yellow lights are flashing.
With the push of a button, pedestrians activate new signs with flashing lights to alert drivers they are crossing the road.
Pedestrians will still need to watch traffic and cross at a safe time when the vehicles come to a stop.
With safety top of mind, the new crosswalk is also shorter than the previous crosswalk.
The curb bump outs reduce the width of the crossing across Northdale Boulevard, so that should reduce the amount of time that pedestrians are actually on the road.
There are also now dynamic speed display signs in both directions on Northdale Boulevard. A reduced speed will be in effect in the school zone during starting and dismissal times. A Safe Routes to School grant from the state made the project possible.
We're hoping to draw the motorist's attention better to the fact when pedestrians are actually crossing, and just make it a safer place for both pedestrians and vehicles.
Hi everyone, I'm Corey McIntyre, new superintendent of Anoka Hennepin Schools.
In June, District 11 introduced Corey McIntyre to families in the Anoka Hennepin schools. He's a familiar face to many. Before he became the superintendent of Osseo area schools 4 years ago, he had served as Anoka Hennepin's assistant superintendent from 2016 to 2019.
So to come in and be able to hit the ground running and really get to work on the things we need to move forward is super helpful.
This summer, McIntyre visited a number of schools in the district. He met with staff and students and saw lots of changes as a result of the 2017 bond referendum.
It's really fun to see the end product of that commitment from our taxpayers back at that point in time, and now to see how much more improved this is and the impact that has on learning and just the overall culture of the school for our staff and for our families too.
Last week, the Minnesota Department of Education released its latest accountability report. Scores in the Anoka-Hennepin schools were down by more than 10% since 2019 in the number of students who met the standards for math, reading, and science.
I think we're still seeing the impact of COVID in our results, and I'm hoping that we're turning the corner on that now.
Happy birthday, have a happy day, hey!
Co-workers at the Educational Service Center in Anoka celebrated McIntyre's recent birthday, and like a team, they are excited to head back into the classroom for a new school year.
It's about relationships, and as I've come back, I'm doubling down on the power of those relationships.
Duty and honor are what veterans uphold for us to live in a free country.
Ready! Hey! Fire!
It comes at a cost, where some have given the ultimate sacrifice. Meanwhile, other veterans face a daily struggle.
Every few minutes, a veteran commits suicide around the clock, 24 hours a day, every day.
Veteran Brian Burke, along with hundreds of other vets and civilians alike, came out to a fundraising event for Operation Zero Minnesota. Their mission, to get the number of veterans who commit suicide down to zero.
Well, what Operation Zero Veterans Attempt Suicide is a ground roots effort to be able to get in contact with vets anytime, day or night, and get them care anytime, day or night, free of charge.
We've got all kinds of fun stuff. We've got the food trucks, of course, and my sweet corn stand.
Of the money raised at the event, 100% of the proceeds go to the vets.
This t-shirt, for sure, is almost out of stock.
I'm here to support the troops like everybody else for the most part, and the music ain't bad.
Operation Zero's message to veterans out there who may be struggling is to never quit on life.
And we're not going to stop until it stops.
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental illness and need help, there's someone available 24/7. Just call or text 988 and you'll connect to a mental health professional.
A large gathering of people recently celebrated the completion of one of the newest apartment buildings in town.
We saw that there was a need for the product.
Astor, a 192-unit market-rate apartment building, is the third phase of the Riverdale Station redevelopment project done by Sherman Associates. It opened this past spring and is already more than 50% leased.
It has met and exceeded every single one of them, both in terms of the quality and the beauty of the building, as well as the market reception to the product. We've had a lot of anecdotes from a variety of the community talking about how spacious our floor plans are and how many more amenities this building has than some of the comparable products that are built in the area.
Nova, a 71-unit mixed-income building, was the first to open on the site in 2019. Lyra, a 180-unit market-rate building, followed in 2020. The 15-acre site was originally owned by Anoka County.
And the city felt it was really a priority to work with the county to get a good development project here, obviously with the park and ride right next to, one of the largest regional shopping centers in the metro area, certainly in the North Metro. It was important to get a high quality project in place.
Over the last 9 years, we have worked closely with the city of Coon Rapids to lay out the vision for the 15 acres, of which now we've developed about 80% of that land into 443 homes.
A fourth and final phase is in the early planning stages. It would include 70 to 80 units of affordable senior housing, but construction on that phase is still another 2 to 3 years away.
The demand for housing in this location in Coon Rapids is strong.